Let's take a look at these three circuits. We have to find voltage for each of them. We're going to use Ohm's law for voltage. Voltage, we said, is equal current times resistance. This is the general formula for voltage. We have to find V1. So I have V1 equals current in the circuit is 2 amps. And remember, we are going to use conventional current flow. Conventional current flow means we assume that electrons flow from positive terminal to negative. So we have current times resistance R1. V1 is going to be equal 2 amps. Remember, anytime you are going to enter the numbers into the equation, you're supposed to also enter the unit of measure. In this case, we have amps, because current is measured in amps, times R1, which is equal 3 ohms. Also, you have to enter ohm. 2 amps times 3 ohms is equal 6 volts. 2 times 3 is equal 6. Amp times ohm is equal volt. This is the value of my voltage source V1. Let's take a look at the second circuit. Again, we're supposed to find voltage. This time we have to find V2. V2 is going to be equal I times R2. V2 is equal I 5 milliamps times R2, which is equal 5 kiloohms. V2 is equal 5 times 5 is equal 25, and milliamps times kiloohms is going to give me simply volts. These calculations are very simple, but I want you to practice them on the calculator. Remember, anytime you are going to enter these values into the calculator, you're supposed to enter the proper powers of 10 by using the key EXP on your calculator or double E. You are going to see EXP button or double E. Anytime you are going to have, let's say, milliamps in your problem, you're supposed to remember that milliamp is nothing else, just power of 10, 10 to negative 3. And let's say kilo ohm. We care about kilo. Ohm is just the unit of measure. Kilo represents the power of 10, 10 to 3, so you're supposed to press the button double E, depends what type of calculator you have, what model of the calculator you have, or EXP, and you're supposed to enter exponent 3. Of course, you are not going to find ohms or amps on your calculators. So 5 milliamps times 5 kiloohms, you're supposed to simply enter 5 EXP, for example, and milli is 10 to negative 3, that's why I have to press the button plus, minus 3 times 5 EXP 3, because kilo is positive 3. I put plus minus 3 because milli represents 10 to negative 3. If you are going to press this button, automatically you are going to program your calculator to having negative exponent. So this is the answer to this problem. Let's take a look at the third circuit. We're supposed to find V3 this time. V3 is going to be equal I times R3. Remember, anytime you are going to solve problem in electronics or electricity, you're supposed to make sure that you are going to write the formula first, and you are going to be neat max as you can. Because at this moment, probably you remember everything, whatever I have said, but tomorrow, who knows? So write always first the formula, and after that enter the numbers. So V3 equals I 3 microamps times R3 1 mega ohm. This is equal 3 volts. Someone is going to ask how come. Simply you're supposed to use the calculator. Even if the problem is very simple, please use the calculator in order to practice, because when we are going to deal with a little bit harder problems, we are not going to waste the time to play with the powers of 10 and exponents, adding and subtracting them. Simply we are going to enter them into the calculator. So how are you supposed to enter this into the calculator? Simply type 3 exp plus minus 6 times, these are the buttons which you're supposed to press, times 1 exp 6. And if you are going to press enter or equal, you are going to get